Hello everyone, and let us continue solving past exam papers of mathematics for grade 12. The first exam for this video will be, let A be the set of prime numbers less than 11 and B be the set of positive factors of 21. Then which one of the following is the symmetric difference between A and B, it says. So we have two sets here given. Let us extract set A. It says prime numbers less than 11. Those numbers are starting from 2, then 3, 5 and 7. These are the prime numbers which is less than 11. It doesn't include 1 because 1 is neither. And the second set B is positive factors of 21. 21 factors are like 1, 3, 7 and 21 itself. So what is the symmetric difference, or A delta B? This is the question. A delta B is the same as A union B without A intersection B. Okay, so first we have to get A union B. A union B means, we are going to mix them, which will be 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 and 21. These are the union of the two sets. And the intersection for these two sets is 3 and 7. So when we are asked to find A delta B, okay, we have to take the union but without the intersection. Here it says the union but without the intersection, means we have to cancel 3 by 3 and 7 with 7. This is the common one which is found in both. So the answer should be 1, 2, 5 and 21, which is D. The next question, it says a relation R is described by the shaded region. What you see here, the shaded region is the relation, this part. Which one of the following pairs of sets are the domain and the range? The domain means we have to observe horizontally the shaded region from what to what, from this point until here. So that the domain will be the shaded region start from the left here and ended to the right here. So between -2 and 2, but it must be open interval because the parabola is broken line, so it's not inclusive. And when you go to the range, we have to see vertically. The vertically, that means the graph ends here and starts from down here, from -1. So it has to be -1 until the upper part is, it's not visible. It should be 3. It should be 3, but this part is also inclusive because the horizontal line is solid line. It's not broken, so that it's part of it. So the domain is open interval -2 to 2, but the range it's between -1 and 3, but the 3 is included. So the answer should be B. When you go to the next page, we are given a function f of x. The function is square root of x minus 1. Then f equals again a comma 1. It says f is a comma 1 and b comma radical 2 and c comma 2 and d comma radical 5. But originally the function f, already f of x, means square root of x minus 1 given to us. Don't forget this. Then what is the domain of f? The domain means what are the first orders in another way. In another explanation, what is A, what is B, what is C, and what is D. This is asked because the domain means all the first orders. That means, in another way, what number A is inserted in place of x and give you 1. What number I have to insert here to get 1? I need to substitute 2 because 2 minus 1 will give me 1, and in the radical, don't forget, radical 1 will give me 1. That means A value must be necessarily 2. Again, what number B is inserted in place of x to get radical 2? That means B value must be 3, because 3 minus 1 will give me 2. 2 in the radical will remain there. And what number C has to be replaced in place of x to get 2? That means to get 2 actually from radical, what number will give you 2? That is 4. So to get 4, what number minus 1 will give me 4? That's 5. So C value is 5. and d value is 6. So the domain must be 2, 3, 5 and 6. This should be the domain. The next one, what is the simplified form of x squared plus x the whole over 2 minus 2x divided by x squared plus 2x plus 1 the whole over x squared minus 1. I'm asking this one. So what am I supposed to do first? I have to factorize each of them. The first part, the upper one, x can be taken out and x plus 1 remain. The down part, I can take 2 common, or negative 2 better, negative 2. And then, you know, if I take out 2, it will be 1 minus x. But I take out negative 2, so it will be x minus 1. Okay, they will exchange the place. And then when I go to the next part, I will make it times and then I'll flip. But x squared minus 1 can be factorized as x minus 1 and x plus 1. You know, this part alone will be factorized as x minus 1 and x plus 1. But I flipped it. You know, I take the reciprocal or upside down. The reason the divide, okay, the divide is changed 2 times. Okay, the upper part, this one will be factorized and written as x plus 1 times x plus 1, or x plus 1 square, I can say. Now what's next? Let me try to simplify, because it's times diagonally or vertically. I can simplify. So x plus 1 and x plus 1 cancel, and x minus 1 and x minus 1 cancel. So what left? There is no square already here. There is no square. Again, this x plus 1 will be cancelled with x plus 1. So what left? Up just x, down 2. That's negative, so the negative keep it, because the negative in the denominator means it can be the negative for all, so that the answer should be negative x over 2. Okay, there is outside the bracket minus x. I forget it. I just did only the bracket part, the inner part, already simplified. So this means over 1, so multiply by 2 to make the denominator the same. So what I can have, let me use the upper space, negative x over 2 minus 2x over 2, that means negative 3x over 2. So the answer should be a negative 3x over 2 or negative 3 over 2x. So that's A. The next question, a woman bought 2 items, type A and type B. She bought 5 pieces of type A and at per 12, and each, okay, she bought 5 pieces of type A at per 12 each, and 8 pieces of type B. If she paid a total of 144, what is the price of each piece of type B item? Okay, so she bought 5 pieces of type A, that means 5A, and she paid already 12. Okay, okay, no, it's not like that. What we have to do, look, let's read again. It says she bought 5 pieces of type A at per 12 each. That means each of the price of type A is 12. Keep it. But she bought 5 pieces of type A and 8 pieces of type B, and totally she paid 144. That means we know that 5A plus 8B together, which is equal to 144. The total money that she paid, it is 144. So 5 pieces of A plus 8 pieces of B, which is equal to 144. But we know the price of the A, which is 12. So 5 times 12 plus 8B is equal to 144. That means this is 60 plus 8B equals 144. Then take 60 to the other side, so 8B equal to, when I subtract, it will be 4 and 8. Yeah. Then divide by 8 both sides. So B value will be 0.5. Yeah, 10.5. So the answer should be B. The next one, we have 2 complex numbers Z and W. Z equal to 1 plus radical negative 4. This is the same as 1 plus 2i. You know, square root of negative 4 means square root of 4 times square root of negative 1. when there is negative in the radical, you can write it in this way. But radical negative 1 means, you know, it's I. So radical 4 means 2, so it will be 2i. It can be written in this way. So let me avoid this one. But anyways, z equals to 1 plus 2i given. And the other complex number w is equal to 3 minus 2i. We are given this. Then what is the product? Z times w means 1 plus 2i times 3 minus 2i. I can expand now. How to expand? You know, this one will multiply each of them. Let's do it. So 1 times 3 will be 3 and minus 2i. The same manner, these two will multiply each of them. So 2i times 3 will be 6i. And 2i times negative 2i will be negative 4i square. You know, I square means negative. You know, positive 2 times negative 2 will be negative 4i square. But I square means negative 1, so I can remove this one and then I can make this one plus. So 3 plus 4 will be 7 plus 4i. How I got 4i? You know, negative 2 plus 6. They are like terms, these two. So the answer should be 7 plus 4i, which is A. The next question, we have a function f of x, which is f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 3 plus sine of x minus 1. Then we need to find f derivative at 1. First, let's derive it. What is the derivative of this function? First, derive the radical, which is 1 over 2 radical x plus 3 as it is. Square root function derivative will be 1 over 2 times the square root thing times the inner derivative. You know, it's 1, so no need to write plus. Let's go on to the next part because it's plus. In case of plus and minus, derive separately. So sine derivative will be cosine of what as it is times again the inner derivative by chain rule. But x minus 1 derivative, you know, it's 1, so I can skip it. Then now f derivative at 1 means I will substitute now in place of every x. So when I substitute here, it will be 4. Radical 4 means, you know, it's 2. So 1 over 4 it will be, because there is outside 2 and the inside 2 will be, I mean, the inside I will insert 1. 1 plus 3 will be 4. 4 from the radical is 2. And the second part, when I insert 1 here, 1 minus 1, you know, it's 0. And cosine 0 means 1. So 1 over 4 plus 1 means, this means 4 over 4. I can write it to make the denominator the same, so that's going to be 5 over 4, and the answer will be A. The next part, we have a function f of x, which is ax minus b. Then what's given? F inverse of x, also, I mean f inverse of x plus 1. F inverse of x plus 1, it's given to us half x plus 2. Then what must be the values of a and b? We need a and we need b. But what's given here is something that we have to be focused. It says f inverse of x plus 1. F inverse, okay, that means we have to find the inverse of this function. That's our focus now. How to find the inverse of this function? To find the inverse of a given function, first in place of f of x, write y, and then ax minus b. And then to get the inverse, you know, f of x means y, don't worry. F of x means y. So the next step, in place of y, write x, and in place of x, write y. And then solve for y. That means bring the b here. X plus b is equal to ay. Then divide by a, both sides. So what's y? It will be x plus b over a. This is the same as f inverse of x. Okay. Let me repeat once the process. To find the inverse of this function, what to do? First, in place of f of x, write y, and then write as it is. Like, you know, f of x means y. Then that the next step is the main point. In place of y, x. In place of x, y, write it. And then solve for y. How? Bring the b to the left side. It will be added. And then divide by a. And then make the y alone, which is y equal to x plus b over a. This is the inverse one. Now, f inverse of x, if it is this one, what will be f inverse of x plus 1? Or substitute x plus 1 in place of x here. Because f inverse of something means that something has to be inserted in place of x. So I write x plus 1 plus b over a. This is equal to half x plus 2, already given. So let me write the x's together and the constant together. So this will be 1 over ax plus 1 plus b over a, which is equal to half x plus 2. what's the purpose like writing in this way? Remember what I did first. First of all, this denominator I can give for each of them, you know, but the x alone, like the x families, x categories, here it is, because the right hand side, it contains x parts and constant part. So the same thing I have to do it, x part and the constant part, then I will equalize. Okay, that means the coefficient of x here, what? 1 over 2, 1 over a. 1 over a, it must be equal to 1 over 2. The coefficient of x to the left side, it has to be the coefficient of x to the right side. So 1 over a is equal to 2 means a equal to 2. This is one answer. And when you go to b, 1 plus b over a, it must be with the constant 2. So I can rub the upper part here to complete it. So but I know the a. So 1 plus b over 2 is equal to 2. By crisscross, you know, 1 plus b is equal to 4. So b value is equal to 3. I'm done. This is a value. I mean, here it is, a value. And the b value is 3. So this one is very interesting. First we have to find the inverse, and then we have to substitute, and we have to apply the process. If you have any difficulties, you can pause and you can see it. If you cannot understand still, you can write for me on the comment place, then I'll try to explain. The next question, we have two matrices here. The first matrix is A, which is 2 by 3 matrix given, and the second one is 3 by 2 matrix. So we are asked to find, anyways, no need to write, we are asked to find A plus B transpose. A plus B transpose. That means what's A? Let me write it. -2, 0, 5, and 3, -1, 4. Plus, it has to be in the same order. The second also, B transpose means I will invert it. You know, the first column here is going to be the first row. That means 4, 2, 1. Again, the second column here, it will be the second row. That means -3, -1, 0. Then I will add. When I add, I'm going to add each corresponding entries. First entry with first entry, second with second. So the answer will be -2 plus 4 is 2. 0 plus 2 will be 2 again. 5 plus 1 will be 6. And 3 plus -3, 0. And -1 plus -1 will be -2. 4 plus 0 will be 4. So the answer should be 2 to 6. Which one contains 2 to 6? There is no 2 to 6. Yeah, but I can take out the 2 common. When I take out 2 common, what remain? 1, 1, 3. Then 0, -1, 2. Okay, 1, 1, 3, and 0, -1, 2. The answer should be D. Yes. Next question. It says, what is the simplified form of cube root of -27 times square root of 0.02 divided by square root of 18? But be systematic. First, this divide by means I can write it over square root of 18. For simplification purpose, I can write it in this way, over 18. Then this is equal to, I can keep all of them, like actually this one, it's cube root, it's not the same index. Cube root of -27 is -3, so I can write -3. Then 0.02 means, you know, in the same radical, 2 over 100, 2 over 100 times radical. This is radical 18, sorry, it should be radical 18. So over 18, you know, times 18, I will make it. How I get it over 18? No, 0.02 means 2 over 100. There is another over number which is 18, so it has to be side by side with the 100 as a denominator. Then let me try to simplify. By 2, 1, this by 2, 9. So what's left? -3 is still outside. At the top, 1 over 100 times 9. So as it is, let me try to extract it, which will be -3 times 1 over 10 times 3, because radical 9 means 3 and 100 means 10. Then cancel 3 by 3. So what left? -1 over 10 remain. So the answer should be B. Next one, we have a quadratic equation here. The quadratic equation is x squared plus k plus 1x plus mk, which is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. It's written in a standard form. So for this quadratic equation, what is a? The coefficient of x squared, which is 1. What is b? The coefficient of x, that is k plus 1. What is c? The constant term, which is mk. Okay, quadratic equation normally will be written as ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 form. So the a is found in front of x squared, so our a here is 1. The b should be the coefficient of x, so our b here it is k plus 1, because that's the coefficient of x, and the c is the term without x, that is mk. But what's given? That's the main important thing. Given the sum of the roots. If the sum and the product of the roots of this quadratic equation given to us, the sum means r1 plus r2, which is given to us -3. The sum of roots, you know, every quadratic equation may have 2 roots, or it may have 1 root or 2 roots. It depends. So this time it has 2 roots. That means because the sum of the roots is -3, and the product of the root r1 times r2 is given to us 7. But remember, r1 plus r2, sum of the root is negative b over a. That's a formula. I'll write it again. r1 plus r2 is negative b over a, and r1 times r2 equals to c over a. Okay, so now let me do it here. r1 plus r2, it's given to us -3, so -3 equals to, according to the rule, negative b over a. r1 plus r2 is equal to -2 over a. But r1 plus r2, I know it's -3, which is equal to negative b means negative of k plus 1 over a, says over 1. That means over 1 doesn't matter, so negative k minus 1 is equal to -3, or better to cancel both sides the negative. Yeah, cancel this negative both sides, because multiplying by, so that k plus 1 is equal to 3 means k is equal to 2. Okay, I have got the k, but what's asked? M, not k. Okay, again, r1 times r2 is already given to us. R1 times r2 is 7, so 7 is equal to, let me change the color, c over a. What is c? mk. And what's a? 1. But I know the k value, that's 2. That means 7 is equal to 2m divided by 2 both sides, so m is equal to 7 over 2. So the answer will be c. The next one, it's logarithm. It says logarithm of 1 minus 3 over x plus 2 times logarithm of x is equal to 1. So first of all, the coefficient here can be taken up as a coefficient. I mean, the coefficient of the logarithm can be the exponent of the functional value. Like there is a rule: if k times logarithm of a to the base b there, this k can be bring up here to be logarithm of a the power of k to the base b. I can write it in this way, but this time the base is 10. No base written means the base is 10. That's, we call it common logarithm. So that these two, let me bring it now. Let me rub it from here, and I will bring it here as x squared. Okay, fine. Now these two logarithm, look, this logarithm and this logarithm, they are in the same base, and the middle one, it's plus. Plus means, remember, there is a rule: logarithm of a plus logarithm of b. If we have two logarithms in the same base, I can write it logarithm of a times b. Okay, I can multiply. So in that way, let me write it. This is the same as logarithm of 1 minus 3 over x times x squared is equal to log 1 means it's the same as logarithm 10. Instead of 1, why I write logarithm 10? Because logarithm 10 is the same as 10 to the base 10, which is 1. Okay, this base means, like, base is not written means base 10. So logarithm of 10 to the base 10 is 1. Why I write it in that way? Because both sides now it's equal sign. Both sides, if it's logarithm in the same base, I can ignore the logarithm now. I can forget the logarithm, and then I can go 1 minus 3 over x times x squared is equal to 10. Now let me go to the next page. What do I have? Okay, 1 minus 3 over x times x squared is equal to 10. So now this x square will multiply each of them, so x square minus 3 x, because 1x will be cancelled when I multiply. You know, this x times 1, x square times 1 will be x square, and x square times 3 over x, 1x will be cancelled, only 3x left. Then minus 10 is equal to 0. It's quadratic. I brought this one to the left side. This quadratic can be factorized as x minus 5 and x plus 2. Let me check. 2 times negative 5 will be negative 10, and 2 plus negative 5 will be negative, yes, is equal to 0. So x is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 2 will be the answer. But we have to check the domain. Which number doesn't work in the original logarithm? I have 5 and negative 2, don't forget. My answer, what I got, it is negative 5 and, yeah, 5, positive 5. This one, positive 5, and x is equal to negative 2, and x is equal to 5. So 5, does it work? Insert and check. Here, it doesn't work. It works, yeah, positive 5, it works, even here. 3 over 5, and here also 5, it works. What about negative 2? It doesn't work here, because logarithm of negative is impossible. Logarithm of negative number doesn't exist, because the domain of logarithm function is always greater than 0. So our answer should be only 5, which is D. But take care, look, both of them exist at A. The next one, it's exponential again. 64, the power of 729, the whole the power of x minus 9 over 4, the whole the power of 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. What I can do, I can shift this one to the other side first. And then that means this equal, when I take it, this will be equal. You know, it was negative here. I'll repeat it again. There was negative here and equal to 0. That means when you take it, this negative will be positive and then they will be equal. That means simply I can forget this part and then I can make equal to. And then let's write it as an exponential form. 64 is the same as 2 to the power of 6. You know, the exponents of 2 has to be known, like until 20. 64 anyways, most commonly known. 64 is the same as 2 to the power of 6. Not only that, 729 also is the same as 3 to the power of 6. So that this, the first exponent, can be written as 2 over 3, the power of 6x, because 2 to the power of 6 and 3 to the power of 6, both of them have the same exponent 6, that x6 will be for common, here it is, which is equal to, again 9 is 3 square and 4 is 2 square, so I can write 3 over 2 square, but that square multiply both of them, it will be 4x minus 2. Now try to see the base, they are not the same, but I can flip this one. It was 2 over 3, I can write it 3 over 2 and I can make the exponent negative. It was 2 over 3, but I make it 3 over 2 and then the exponent is negative. Why? Because left hand and right hand, if they do have the same base, now I can take the exponent. Negative x is equal to 4x minus 2. Then bring it, it will be negative 10x is equal to negative 2 divided by negative 10, so x is equal to 1 over 5. That's going to be the answer, which is A. Next one, it says a tangent line and a secant line of a circle. That means we have a circle, imagine. We have a circle, this circle has tangent and secant line. Okay, let me try to draw it. Tangent line means it's a line which touches the circle just only once. Here it is, somewhere around here. And a secant line means it is a line which crosses the circle twice. Now these two, tangent and secant line of a circle, intersects outside the circle and intercept arcs measuring 85 and 35. They intercept an arc. There are two arcs here visible. One of the arc is the outer arc, here it is, the larger one. The other arc is the inner arc, which is here, the inner one. The outer arc is given to us 85, that is the larger one, and the inner arc is given to us 35, that is the smaller one. So what is asked? We need to find the angle between the two lines. Which one of the following is the measure of the angle formed by the two, this angle? So an angle formed by between two secant or two tangent or a secant in the line will be, let's say this angle is theta. Theta is equal to half of the difference of the two arc, larger minus inner, smaller, 85 minus 35, which will be half of 50. That's going to be 25. So the answer should be B. Okay, next one. if the tens term of an arithmetic sequence with common difference 30 is 1300. Okay, there is an arithmetic sequence, the common difference is 30, and A10 also given to us 1300. Look at the statement. If the tens term of an arithmetic sequence with common difference 30, I mean the common difference 30, it is 1300. This 1300 is just the tens term. Which one of the following is the nth term? That means we need to find an. But what's an? An means a1 plus n minus 1 times d. For this formula, what are the inputs, or what are the needed things, components? A1 and d. We know the d, but I don't have a1. Let's get it. From A10 I can get a1. A10 means, you know, it's a1 plus 9d. So I know A10, which is 1300. A1 I don't know, plus 9 times d means 9 times 30, which is 270. So bring and subtract. 270 will be subtracted, so that means A1 remain. When I subtract, it will be 0, 3, 0, 1, 10, 0, 3. Okay, let me use now the space. This is A1. So an, let's use again another color. An will be, we said A1 1030 plus this is 30 will multiply each of them, don't forget. 30n minus 30, that means 1000, because 1030 minus 30 will be 1000 plus 30n. So the answer should be B. The next one, what is a simplified form of 2 minus radical 3 the whole over radical 3 over 2 minus 1? First of all, let's complete the denominator part. The denominator part is 1 means it is the same as 2 over 2. That means 2 minus radical 3 over the down part. I can write it as radical 3 minus 2 over 2, because the base now it's already the same. So I can flip this one, 2 minus radical 3 times, let me flip this one, 2 over radical 3 minus 2. This means over 1, don't forget, because these are together, like they are in one fraction at the bottom. So we can flip it and multiply. Now when you see the upper part, this one 2 minus radical 3, and the lower part radical 3 minus 2, almost they are the same, but we can make the upper one by taking out negative outside. I can change the place, radical 3 minus 2, I can do it. Then let me cancel out now. They are the same now. I can cancel. What left? Negative 1 left. So the answer will be negative 2. Negative 1 times 2 will be negative 2. The answer is, you know, it's A, B. The last one for this video, what does it say? Which one of the following is not true about a polynomial function represented by the graph? Polynomial function, their graph generally, it can be both side up, but like there might be any zigzag, but both side up is one possibility. The other possibility, there might be zigzag but both side down. But these two, both of them are like even, both side up or both side, like both of them we can say they are even but positive coefficient, leading coefficient, and this one is negative leading coefficient, but both of them are even function. I mean their highest degree is even, but the leading coefficient positive means both side up, the leading coefficient negative means it will be both side down. The other possibility, the other two categories, there might be zigzag and one side down, like up left and down right, or it might be, there might be zigzag and up right and down left. Both of them are like I can say both of them are odd. Both of them are odd, but this one is negative leading coefficient, up left, down right. This one is positive leading coefficient. So but what you see here, the graph both side down, it is even function but odd degree. So B says it is its degree is even. Yes, that's true. Don't forget, domain of polynomial function is it's either even or odd, it doesn't matter, it's always real number. So C, its domain is real number. That's correct again. See, D, the leading coefficient is negative, both side down, so it's negative. Yes, that is true. But A, the range it's for odd function the range is real number, but for even function the range, it depends on the bending point. This is a maximum area, like below this one will be the range, because the graph will not continue up. So that's going to be the range. It's not real number, it's below some point. This number may be 2 or 3, or between 2 and 3. So the range will be, if this number 2, like the maximum bending point, the range will be negative infinity to 2, closed interval. That will be the answer. So A is not correct. So these are some selected problem for this video. Hopefully I'll be back with additional exercise and additional problems. So thank you.